Hello everyone, welcome to our first lesson on brainstorming. Today we'll be using Book Creator to create a brainstorm for a story that we will later complete at the end of all of our lessons. So you would have all already have logged into your Book Creator account and your screen will look something like this. To start your brainstorm, we're going to go up to the plus button for new book and click that. And then you get 3 different types that you can pick from: portrait, landscape, or square. For the sake of this tutorial, we'll just go with portrait. And that brings us to this blank page. Now, to do this brainstorm, we're just going to quickly hit this plus button and go to text. And the first step is to type brainstorm, just to put it at the top of the page so you know that this is your brainstorming page. Once that is there, we're going to need 3 different headings. We're going to need characters, and you press done and just drag that to wherever you like. I'm just going to put that one there. We're going to need a setting. Drag that one a little bit more below. And then we are going to need challenges. Challenges will be any problems that arise in your story. So, for characters, we're going to go ahead and click that text box again, and we're just going to do a little dash and then a space, and that'll create a dot point. I'm just going to go say that we're going to name this character Tim, and I want you guys to go into a little bit more detail as well to make it really descriptive for your story. So Tim, we're going to say Tim is 14 years old, and Tim is a prince. Make sure we capitalize any names. There we go. First one done. Now you guys can do as many of these dot points you like. I want you to really get into it, create different ideas, have different characters, and then later on you can pick your favorite one for your story. For setting, we're going to repeat this step, do a little dash and space, which will create a dot, and we're going to say Tim lives in a castle. The castle is above a town. There we go, we've got a setting. And then we need to come up with a challenge for our story. So the baseline of this story is Tim has a dragon, he loses his dragon. Now, whatever challenges you guys put in there, that'll create your story, but we're just going to stick with your character has a dragon and you lose the dragon and you have to find the dragon. But you guys can pick whichever character name you want, whatever setting you guys want, whatever problems. We're going to say that my character Tim, who's lost his dragon, who is a prince, lives in a castle. A challenge is, we'll say he asks the town and nobody has seen the dragon. How is he going to find his dragon if no one's seen it? There's our first challenge. You can do multiple challenges in your story, but just for the sake of this tutorial, I'm only going to stick to one. Now, here's our finished and completed brainstorm. Hopefully yours looks a little bit more full. I want a couple more dot points each. But otherwise, this is looking pretty good. Now, if you click this up here, you can see that your first page of your book is done. And when you hit these little arrows, you can see how many other pages there are, which will later be filled up in later lessons. Now, luckily on Book Creator, this automatically saves it for you. So you can go and hit this library button to go back, and there you can see your brainstorm. Down here, you can select a title for your book. I'm going to say that this book is going to be called The Lost Dragon. And down here, you can add your name. And there you go. The first part is done. Now, it's very important that we do this brainstorm first because we need to know all of our ideas and what we're going to continue with in later lessons. It's really important that we have an idea on our characters, our setting, and our challenges when creating stories so that later on in other lessons, you already know what you're doing and you can go and type and just have a creative flow. And that is the end of our lesson.